big black box.
Staring at me. I had to have it. I had to have it.
No one's fun anymore. Whatever happened to fun?
You are listening to the Drag Dungeon Podcast with your hosts, Jay and John.
Hey! Welcome back to the broadcast, your favorite podcast. You asked for this shit if you're easily offended. We don't recommend it. You asked for this shit, so here it is.
You. I'll tell you how I'm doing. Not well, bitch.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Drag Dungeons and Just Like Crap series. Today we're focusing on fashion. Fashion, because we are fashion experts. By our birthright, we're gay, and we know everything about fashion. Okay, that's a lie. But we are fans of good-looking stuff and good-looking men. So what we're going to do is look back at some of, because we shit all over. Hi, Jay, by the way. Hi, Jay.
Hey.
Also.
Yes, I'm so excited about the fashion today. We're like experts. I know you say that, but we are. We've been through it with Drag Race. We're fixers. We know what we're talking about.
Yeah, Jay is the Ray Donovan of drag and fashion, so he'll fix your shit.
Yes.
And I'm just a fan of, I would say, I know I have a good eye, and I think you do as well. So even though we may not know references and Terry Mugler and yada yada.
Oh, God.
And by the way, this is by no means a comprehensive list of designers, fashions, and order of appearance. This is not that video. This is just a fanning out video of what we like and what we don't like. A bitch sesh, if you will. If you've watched our other videos, you know how this goes. Facts are not important to us. So.
No, and I worked at Banana Republic back in the day, and people used to come get me, like from the women's department, and drag me in and ask my opinion on everything. I spent like all my time there every day. So much of it was spent helping people. That's what we're here for, to give advice. So if I know everybody kind of, and we do as well, love the fashion on Sex in the City and just like that. And we're here to help it, to fix it so everybody knows how to fix their own fashion. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make this sound like we're here for a reason.
There's no reason. We're just here. And and we might, as Sarah Jessica says, which is our new favorite saying, gently pepper our own retail hell experiences in throughout this. So a lot of people I noticed, and I know you did too, we kept saying, where the hell's Patricia Field, aka Pat Field. Everybody calls her Pat. And I feel like we're on a first name basis or a nickname basis. So, hey, Pat, we love you, girl, with the bright red hair. She's fabulous. She had her store, Patricia Field. I've been to her store in New York a long time ago.
Wow.
Not sure if it's still there. But anyway, we have been wondering in the videos out loud, where is Patricia Field? Why is this Molly chick? Sorry, Molly. Don't listen to this video. Stop here, Molly. If you're watching from the documentary.
Get out now.
Get out now. If you're on the show, get out. We've been wondering, where's Pat Field? And everybody's like, oh, she's an Emily in Paris. And I'm like, I don't know. If I was part of the Sex and the City empire and somebody said, even if I had already signed in the dotted line for Emily in Paris, which is also by Darren Star, so I understand that's a business relationship she doesn't want to screw up, but I'd be like, Darren, can I go back to Sex and the City?
Absolutely. I thought the same thing. I thought, this is lame. Like, I'm like, this is lame. Like, this is an excuse. Like, if she wanted, they would have probably pushed that off for her. Like, she has a lot of power in this, and I don't understand why she was like, I'm too busy. I'm like, are you, girl?
Are you really? What's the real tea? Well, me, who does not love research all the time, had an extra moment this morning. So I looked up the article from God knows where or when. And the quote is here, costume designer Patricia Field won't return to dress the cast for Sex and the City reboot due to a scheduling conflict. The iconic costume designer was responsible for the striking outfits worn by the show's stars, including Sarah Jessica, but won't be involved in the upcoming reboot and just like that because she is too busy with other projects, including Emily in Paris, like we just said. Now here's the quote from her. The main reason was a time conflict. I wasn't able to be in New York doing that and me in Paris doing Emily in Paris, she said in an interview with Women's Wear Daily. But I told them to call my very dear friend Molly Rogers, hey Molly, who also worked in my store back in the day. She did Sex and the City with me from start to finish. She knew it well, so she's doing it. My dance card was full. Now, here's the juicy part. Patricia also touched upon her, quote, very positive creative relationship with Kim Cattrall, who won't reprise her role as Maneater Samantha Jones in the reboot. The pair have kept in touch, despite not working together for some time, and she still enjoys offering the actress fashion advice. And then there's a selfie of the two of them hanging out together on what looks like a yacht or a vacation.
Wow, that's like a powerful friendship. I'm just saying.
Case closed.
Powerful. Yes.
Patricia Field, allegedly in our opinion, is Team Kim. So she said, fuck your clothes. And you know what? I love it even more. I love the drama about that. Isn't that juicy?
Love it. I love it. I love that she's like, you know, fuck your clothes. I'm not doing this, but I'll give you this second-rate version of me.
I know. That's like, if I'm not available, I'm like, well, Jay can go. No, I'm playing with you. So,
Sheesh.
what?
Go on.
So I thought what would be fun is to take a look back quickly. We have a little slideshow of some of our favorite photos, and if you have one that you want to stop on, let's just stop.
I paid the price to look this nice, to look this nice, to look this nice. I paid the price.
I want to be known for my clavicle and my cheekbones. They're incredible. I barely have the energy to make it down the runway. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Ha! I skipped them all today.
The hollow look inside my eyes is no disguise. I'm fashionably fatal. I paid the price to look this nice, to look this nice, to look this nice. I paid the price.
Let's hit play on our little video here. First, we see the fabulous Patricia with her red hair, her signature red hair.
I love her hair.
I love that she's wearing leopard. People get so angry when I say leopard's my favorite color. It's not a color. Duh.
Oh, it's a color.
It's a color. Faux leopard, of course.
Patterns are color.
There's some pictures of her kind of pretending to like Sarah Jessica Parker.
I like her hat, or Elizabeth Taylor hat's kind of cute.
Like the Andy Warhol hat.
When there was that mix match pattern thing that Sarah Jessica Parker likes to do, like where she just has some ugly pattern and then's like, this needs a gingham belt, like that sort of deal.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Now let's stop on the white dress with the gold flower. I talked about this before. Do you see that?
The white dress with the gold flower.
Mm-hmm. The white dress with the big white flower with gold like leafing or embellishment on it.
I'm there.
This was in the opening scene to, I'm going to say, the first movie. Because the second movie opened with the 80s montage, which was fun when they all met. And this to me is like a serious fashion moment. Like, she came around the corner, all the girls were like, oh my god, look at her outfit. She was in her prime, like her face, body, everything looks exquisite. I mean, I love this dress. Do you like it?
Well, gold and white, I think, are great together. Like, it's so, like, kind of richish and, like, well, white, you know. It's very brave for a drag queen to wear white. Not that it's just a drag queen, say. But, yeah, gold and white's great. It looks rich. I love the gold purse with it. I don't know what it is about the gold purse, but I love the gold purse. Gold purse you could wear with so many different things, like any color. Slap a gold purse in your hand. Black, gold purse. Like, they just...
Glittery, sequin.
Goes with anything.
And by the way, a lot of our favorite looks from the show, we're going to do more for like I said, we're just doing the first 3 episodes for this one. A lot of our favorite looks, especially, at least mine, are from the movies. Because I thought they went bigger with the movies, and I like bigger. This is the kind of shit I want to see on Drag Race. Okay, I'm hitting play here.
You know, one thing I want to say about this white dress real quick is I want to touch that flower. Like, what's it made out of? Like, I'm sure it's stiff because it has to stand up. Like, is it wires in it? Like, is it like a lighter cloth than the rest? Like, I want to touch it.
Maybe it does have like a little wire running through it or something. But look, the styling, like you said, the purse, the bracelet, her hair's perfect. Well, I feel like we're on Fashion Police with Joan. Hey, Joan.
Aw, Joan, I miss you so much.
Looking down. Sex and the City 2. I loved the poster for this. There were a couple different posters of Carrie like in the desert. This was before the cultural appropriation backlash. But there's one where she's holding like the glasses and has a long flowing fabric dress. I thought that poster was so beautiful. Airbrushed within an inch of her life.
Oh yeah, like her like whole face is very. Yeah, like what's happening with her hairline there?
Well, there.
Like,
oh yeah, and then there.
Back.
Yes, and then there's like some kind of Frankenstein together movie poster that they did that everybody looks bizarre in. I hope that's in here. I think it is. Okay, there we see the girls coming around the corner, and they're all like, "Oh, look at Carrie's dress. She's so fabulous." Let's see what our next look is.
Interesting shoe choice with that dress. Those black shoes.
Yeah, I don't love the black shoe. You're right. Well, we found a flaw.
I don't like them. I will tell you what I think of the shoes. You will hear it from me.
Shoe expert. There are 2 of the movie posters that I absolutely love. How do you think the other girls felt about being left off the movie posters?
Well, I mean, Kim Cattrall. Like, let's ask her what she thinks.
And this is really where I take to task the people from Sex and the City, and specifically Sarah Jessica Parker, is that I think she could have been nicer. I really think she could have been nicer.
I don't trust her. I don't think she's a good person. And I believe now that she's somewhere living with deep, deep regret.
I would love to read her diary. But I gotta say, these posters are gorgeous. Another beautiful one on the white dress with the gold glasses. This was in the opening to, I think, the first movie as well. Maybe the second.
White and gold. Can't go wrong with white and gold.
This outfit is lit. It's so simple, but she's wearing, you can't see them here, but I think there's a photo later of the gold sparkly Louboutins. I mean, they're just like, we talk about Drag Race all the time. They're the shoes you want to see on Drag Race that we never see.
I love those shoes.
I remember looking up those glasses. They were very expensive. Yeah, I was going to try and buy them.
They remind me of this picture of Prince that I love, that he has these gold glasses. They look just like that, like kind of aviator sort of, but they're all gold and kind of oversized.
Mirrored gold aviator glasses. Obviously, I put several photos of this in here. Okay, I'm at the picture of the 4 girls. Charlotte in pink.
I'm almost there. There, I'm there.
This
Peplum alert.
Oh, you know what? This is from, Pavlov. This is from the second movie because this is when they go in to register for Stanford and Anthony's wedding. And I think the girls look really cute here. Look at Charlotte. I mean, that's a lot. It's a big-ass purse. A lot of big belts and big purses in the second movie, which I think is cool. Carrie's in that flawless outfit. I think Miranda looks incredible in that mustard yellow, whatever that is.
It is a great color, and great color for her hair is, yeah. And Samantha, she looks so hot. I love that little peekaboo thing on the side of that little black dress.
I do too. Everybody,
shoes with it.
I wouldn't change anything about this. I'm even looking down at the shoes. You can kind of see the gold sparkle shoes there. Well, actually Miranda's shoes, but those were in style at the time, those chunkies.
Yeah, I love it.
Maybe Samantha's shoes too, actually, now that I mention it. Oh, well, beggars can't be choosers. Let me hit play.
Well, the only shoe moment I have on this is that little pink line on the bottom of Charlotte's shoe. I don't know about that little pink line down there.
Yeah.
It cuts it off. It makes her look short for some reason. That little tiny detail I'm not into. But everything else gorgeous.
What was great about these movies, too, is that they did a lot of wide shots so we could see the whole outfit, you know? The next one is, and I promise we won't stop for each one, but the next one is a scene where they're at the auction where Samantha's trying to buy the butterfly ring that she wants. And I love, there's more pictures of this coming, but I love all the outfits the girls are wearing. Samantha's wearing bright yellow. Carrie's in a really big rose print. I think they're roses. Big, bold prints. And again, Miranda, my favorite, is dressed in, it's like a really huge print. You know what I'm saying?
I love huge prints. Like, I really do. And those roses are, they're pretty big. That's a pretty big print. I love big prints like that.
It looks better
they,
on
hide
TV.
A lot too. They kind of hide a lot, too, if you get a big print.
Yeah.
Smoke and mirrors.
Let's continue on. There's another picture of them. I love Miranda's.
Oh, my God. Yes. It's so retro. What is a retro pattern? Like 60s, almost?
Big prints, big everything. 80s comeback. This was like 2010, I guess. Watching me be wrong, somebody will come for me. The Bridesmaids Outfits.
Oh, my God.
Your thoughts on those?
Okay, so I love Charlotte's.
I do too.
To be honest, I might toss that necklace off, but the dress is incredible. I love it. Actually, all three of those are pretty good. The Samantha one reminds me of something. What does it remind? It definitely looks like a RuPaul dress.
It does.
RuPaul would wear that. RuPaul probably has worn that, to be honest. Like, I'm imagining, I see it in my mind. A different color, probably. But Charlotte's, gimme. I love it.
I just love all the different colors. What a great idea for a wedding, and we hate weddings on TV. No, don't judge Samantha's shoes in here because I think those are just walking to set shoes. I don't think those are her real shoes.
Right.
Oh, there's Carrie.
And that kind of looks Blanche Devereaux-y too, Samantha's, don't you think?
Yeah.
Like if it were like black and pink, like that black and pink or whatever. Yeah. You see a big rose in the middle, that would be Blanche.
And you said RuPaul. Ru wears flowers in her hair a lot, so
yeah,
I see that too. We see some pictures of Carrie in Paris. If you want to stop at any of these, just let me know. I didn't think that was a very remarkable look. The girl,
it's that match of pattern kind of thing going on there.
Yeah, everything was very cliche Paris. It was like a black and white strip, like you're dressed like a mime with like a beret. I mean, everything in Paris was pretty on the nose, so.
I don't know, mime fashion, that could be okay, but it's a little predictable. You're right.
Taking it to Shark Tank, mime fashion. The girls walking to a club. This was an odd choice because Carrie's wearing like a big... It is a Mrs. Roper. You just mentioned Mrs. Roper in our last podcast. This is kind of a Mrs. Roper silhouette. It's a big billowy, metallic-y thing. You see what I'm looking at?
Yes, if it were to the floor, it would need to be a little longer. But other than that, she's wearing those same shoes. Are those same shoes that she wore with the white and gold dress? They look like it.
They look like it. But notice how no one else is wearing color here. Nobody else gets to shine. Mm-hmm.
Nope. Sorry, y'all. You gotta wear beige and a green. And I'll wear every color in the rainbow.
I'll wear every color. There's the fucking tutu. Pass.
Pass. Oh, God. Yes. My favorite part of that is whenever the water splashes on it, I'm like, oh, that made it look better. Like when she's walking on the street.
Or like Jimbo says, I take a lighter to that, and then I put it right under that tutu.
Right under the bottom of that tutu.
I would put my lighter in the air for that, and then I'd put it right on the bottom of that dress.
And you know that crinoline goes up like whoosh. Miranda again in that mustard yellow dress that I can't get enough. I love the way it drapes off her shoulders. It is just so flattering.
Grecian.
We bitched about her looks a lot, and I don't think it's her fault because this movie was a decade ago or so. She could still be looking fire like this if she had been styled and dressed correctly, and maybe her hair should have been red, to be honest.
Well, they definitely had this whole, they're of a certain age, so let's dress them that way or something. Even though there's not really such a thing, but I think maybe they thought that. I don't know. She could have worn this for sure.
I mean, people even, online magazines even put together how to get this look because it was so chic.
Like this dress in any color. I would get every color.
I'll take one in every, I really will.
One in every color. I said all the time. I'll have one in every color.
You know, we were just talking about that Rihanna Met Ball look, the Pope look.
Yeah.
I was watching Anna Wintour's favorite Met Ball looks in the fashion thing on their Vogue channel, and she said that, I forgot who made it for her, for Rihanna, but they said they made it in 3 colors. They made it in like red, green, and white, red, brown, red, white, and another color. Yellow, maybe? Can you imagine? The luxury.
Yeah, I don't think that. I don't know about that. I'd have to see that because I can't even imagine it.
Which one did she wear? The red one?
I thought it was silver. Isn't that
Okay.
silver?
Well,
Or maybe I'm thinking of Zendaya. Oh, yeah, I'm thinking of Zendaya. You're talking about Rihanna. She wore gold. Wasn't it gold? Oh my god, I'd have to look it up.
Let me look it up.
It's the holy one, right?
Mm-hmm. She wore white.
It's white. Okay.
But
Is it white and gold?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Or silver or something like that. But yeah, apparently they made 3 of those, and they took, I don't know what sweatshop they were manufacturing those in, allegedly. Now,
there it is.
The next picture on our slideshow is from the second movie. This is that goofy, where they get up and sing "I Am Woman." And even though it was the cringiest scene of the whole movie, well, there was a lot of cringeworthy, they still all look great.
You know they do, and my only thing is people tend to see redheads and always want to put them in green. So I don't know.
I see. Mm-hmm. Well, look, they are kind of color coded because Charlotte's wearing black like her bridesmaid's dress. Samantha's wearing red like hers, and well, Cynthia was wearing blue, but
very Mama's family.
Very Mama's family.
They all have their own color.
And Carrie's wearing a floral.
Vince is beige. Mama's purple or blue. Iola's pink. Naomi's yellow.
Anyway. Yeah, Naomi's yellow. Next, we have the problematic walking through the desert with children. Those outfits were all pretty ugly, but they were like costumes, so I'm giving it a pass. Did you have any feeling about those?
Oh, I don't know about this Miranda look. I really kind of feel like it looks like someone attacked her and tore the arm off of one side, and I don't. And Carrie's too. It looks like they've gone through the ringer with those outfits.
There's a better photo of it in here somewhere. These are all just from Google, y'all, so don't come for me. Then we see her in the souk. I think I'm saying that right. The spice market where she meets Aiden, which was so unbelievably ridiculous. She's wearing that J'adore Dior t-shirt that was sold out like the minute this movie came out. You could not get that t-shirt anywhere. With another long, she loves a long flowy dress for no reason. In the dirty streets of Abu Dhabi. I'm not saying the city's dirty. I'm just saying she's in the fucking desert. You want to wear something that's dragging, whatever.
I looked from that picture. It kind of looks like a Disney princess sort of look, like Snow White. From that picture that we're looking at.
Yeah.
I don't know if it looks like that from the front, but.
The next photo after that one is them entering the Grand Hotel. Now they're being treated by Smith's movie company to this extravagant hotel. I think they all look pretty great here, even though Miranda's is it's like a paisley. Hers is kind of ugly. What do you think of these?
Well, yeah, I think Miranda's looks a little sad to me compared to I mean, look at Charlotte. Like, that is some pink and red candy Wonderland right there.
Candy cane, yeah.
Yeah, and then you have Miranda, who looks sort of like. It made me think of like if you had like a canopy bed, like you might get the canopy that looks like that pattern. I don't know. That's what I thought of.
You
like
have
curtains.
Overdue library book, and the librarian just is like slightly less busted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's speed through a couple of these. Stop if there's anything glorious you want to talk about. Oh, the green. It's so pretty. You'll notice that belt is in a lot of scenes, and they reused it and just like that too, that studded belt. I know which one I'm stopping at the 3:55 mark. Miranda at Stanford and Anthony's wedding. She never looked better.
That is a red carpet look, is what that is.
This
like
bitch looks so
Globes.
good. Part of my favorite.
I hope she got to keep that.
I hope so. Part of the reason I like watching the opening of the second movie is to see her in this. Her earrings, her hair, everything is slick and sleek, and she's got the nice tiny boobs so she can wear, fashion. Love
And they
that
could have
look.
fucked this up by giving her a necklace or something, and they didn't. Like, the accessories are great. The shoes, I'm cool with those shoes. Like, I love this.
I do too. Let's go for it a little more here. So many. Some of these are duplicates. We just have better shots.
No, I kind of like that Charlotte pink. She's where they're lounging around. I kind of like that. It's a little, yeah.
When they're sitting in the desert eating.
Yes.
I
They
like
look
all
great in
those.
this. I love all of this.
I like Samantha's the best, but Carrie's looks good too. It's simple.
They all look great. I love this.
They really did
Love it.
Samantha dirty. Every joke was about menopause in that second movie. But she looked great. And even though she had gained a little weight, it all went to the right places. She's just genetically blessed, okay?
There's that peplum again.
Peplum, well, she's Upper East Side. That's, you know,
Peplum alert.
There's
the gold shoes. Yeah.
Aren't those pretty? We couldn't be gayer right
Okay.
now.
We got to stop at the next one.
The wedding dress from hell. Thoughts?
You know you want to, yes. It definitely looks very duvet-ish, but it is gorgeous. I might want to sleep on it, but it is gorgeous. You know, you can't deny.
It's one of those things that you have to, and I always criticize you for this, like trying to talk yourself into liking something. I remember seeing it the first time and being like, that is so fucking ugly, especially after they did the whole Vogue montage of her trying on every beautiful dress from every designer. I was like, that one, no, that one. And then she chooses Vivienne Westwood, and I was like, damn, this is not pretty or flattering.
It looks like a child grabbed their parents' duvet and they made this or something. Like maybe even like fashion student, you know, final exams look.
This is kind of what I was talking about Diabetes. If you listen to our last podcast about Drag Race episode.
Oh God, Diabetes! You're comparing this to Diabetes' wedding
Well,
dress?
I'm saying this is what she did was like a thrift shop version of this, a wannabe.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I apologize. I apologize.
It's like a trash version of a trash tank is ugly. So does that
I
make
apologize
that?
to Vivienne Westwood and Patricia Field. And the bird on the head, but I gotta say, I love this in retrospect. I love it in retrospect. And in the audio commentary, because I'm a dork and I listen to that on the DVD, Carrie's kind of like, I kind of wanted it. I liked that I looked garish and a little ugly. And I'm like, well, mission accomplished, girl.
Congrats.
That fucking bird on her head. There's Charlotte in Mexico chilling after they put Carrie's life back together. Here's that big fucking Versace dress that cost so much money. When she's in bed with Alexander Petrovsky in Paris.
Oh,
that they brought back for And Just Like That.
No, I'm rewatching Sex in the City, and I'm on that season, the part with him. I haven't gotten to this scene though.
Oh, it's so good. I love that later seasons, and I love when he looks at her, and this isn't a spoiler, and he goes, I mean, they're talking about children, and he goes, what are you, 38?
God.
And it like destroys her world. Like her whole day is fucked up because, what are you, 30? Like that's 100?
Sensitive.
How do we go from there to I'm 55. My hip's broken.
Oh my God.
There's that rose dress again.
There's that peplum. Next one.
I think that's it too. God, we're spending so much time going back. We may have to do another. This is the famous, I think it's Christian Dior. Don't know. Ask why I know that dress. The newsprint dress that she repurposed from the series and then again in one of the movies. It may have been in Just Like That also. I'm not sure.
I'm not that excited about that dress, to be honest. It's fine.
It's not a great photo of it. More shoes. Samantha at her 50th birthday. This was the finale, I think, of the first movie or maybe the series. But look at the way she's lit. Those are not birthday candle lighting, okay? Anybody who's ever seen that somebody leaned over a birthday cake, their face looks like a nightmare. She is lit so pretty. I mean, she's naturally pretty. And she looks great with bangs, which is not easy to pull off. And a high pony.
She does look great with bangs. I see her bangs and I think of Basic Instinct 2. I mean, Sharon Stone's are a little bit more hacked up, but still.
I think we're gonna have to review Basic Instinct too, because I could talk about that movie for days.
Yeah.
Every scene is like gold. Let me hit play here.
There's another peplum coming up. Peplum alert.
Peplum alert. Who's wearing? Oh, Carrie and the Roses.
No, the next. Well, yeah,
Okay.
but I'm at Samantha wearing the white and gold. More white and gold. You just can't go wrong with
I
white
love
and
those
gold.
big earrings. The big. It's just
It's gorgeous.
you do like it.
Oh, I love it. I love white and gold, and
It's dynasty-ish.
it's Dynasty for sure. Or Designing Women, even.
Yeah.
Some Delta Burke.
Where's that movie? They missed that opportunity. Oh, everybody's dead or fat now. Oops. Here's Carrie in Abu Dhabi. Just looking very pulled back. Now, a lot of people hate her hair pulled back. I think it looks nice here with that big bun, that weave bun on the back.
I'll keep to myself my opinion of this.
Okay.
Except I like her eyes look really glowy there, but
It's a heavily airbrushed photo, to be fair.
yeah, it does look that way. But I had a reference in my head for this, but it involves Sigourney Weaver in space, but I'm not going to say it.
Liz, can you put in a Sigourney Weaver in space picture, please?
And it's not Sigourney, it's not who I'm thinking
It's
of.
Alien. The alien. The endomorph or whatever it's called.
Xenomorph. Like a little mouth that's going to come out of her.
So we can afford a little more. I'm on the picture of Carrie wearing the belt now. I know because I read the book and I'm a dork that this studded belt was called the Roger belt, I believe. If I'm wrong, I'm sure the commenters will let me know. You see she's wearing it in this pink. She wears it a lot.
Wrinkly.
Yeah, that is wrinkled as shit.
I hate that shit when those boots are. Ugh, I'm sorry, I'm not into this.
The next slide.
Maybe it's too small. I don't know. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, that's no, it doesn't matter.
Peplum alert.
Peplum, more 80s fashion. This is one of the first promo stills, I believe, that was released for, I think, the first movie. We see a lot of big belts, especially I love Samantha and Miranda's. Carrie's wearing something a little weird, kooky for her, but that's fine. And then Charlotte got shafted with just a plain white dress.
Well, that was a look at a time, like when 90s early, maybe, where, you know, women would wear suits, like a version of a tie, like
a power suit.
Yeah, power suit, like quote unquote men's suit, but feminized. And this is kind of, I think, I don't know if this is a thing now, but it was then.
It was then. Big earrings. Oh, and by the way, I do offhandedly remember this quote where Pat Field said that with the movie, they went bigger with the fashion because she felt at that time, I don't know if she would feel the same about it just like that, she felt at that time that the characters were strong enough to carry off a little more extra outfits, like more ridiculous things. And I think she was right.
No, I agree. That's kind of like any show that has a lot of fashion, like The Nanny. You know, The Nanny, just to reference that, is that Fran started out kind of, you know, fun and silly, and then she got more and more, you know, she started wearing wigs.
Yeah.
Like different wigs and stuff, even different ones per episode. So as characters move on and get bigger. Yeah, I get that.
I love the wigs.
So this picture here with Miranda, that pattern I said looks sad in that other picture. It looks a little better here. It's more yellow and you could see the colors. It looks a little bit better.
It does. I hate her bracelets, though. I hate all those random clinky bracelets.
Yes.
Those like things.
You could hear them. You could just hear them hitting on tables. And you just want to like snatch them off.
I don't like adult friendship like bracelets or beads or weird Etsy shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Etsy shit.
Let's see what's coming up next. Oh, I have this picture in here like 3 times. My bad. Okay, here we go. Some of the montage of Carrie in way better wedding dresses.
Way better.
Look at that one. It's stunning. There's another duplicate photo. Good job, Liz. Okay, I'm at Miley Cyrus and Samantha showing up to the premiere of Smith's movie wearing the same outfit. I thought it was kind of an ugly dress to begin with, so I don't think either of them should have been wearing it.
Ugh. I have nothing to say. You just said it right there. Ugly.
I don't know that I needed Miley Cyrus to be in this either, and I do love Miley.
Hashtag Miley. Get some more views.
A few of the rest of these seem to be. Let me see if there's anything of note here. Miranda really was rocking in those first couple movies. I mean, she was probably my favorite dress.
I mean, think about Miranda too, and we talked about her hair so much and just like that, because her hair, if her hair was wrong, it really threw everything off that she was doing. I think maybe because,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not exactly her probably natural color. So if it's like flat and then her dress looks great, she still doesn't look as good. If her hair is wrong, then her hair is very important to her character, I think.
I think so too. I'm at the 617 mark. This is another Miranda dress that I think looks great on it. They have her in green. She does have some strappy shoes on that I think you'll hate, but I think the dress is very pretty. And great hair and earrings.
Ugh, those shoes. Crime against nature.
Okay, I'm in play. Let's see. I don't know if there's anything else of note really here. Let me skip to... Hold on, there's one.
Ooh, there's another wedding dress.
The wedding dress.
That's the wedding dress. That's a better picture.
Even Carrie just in her closet. You know what? The lighting was a hell of a lot better.
Ooh, I'm at 632. That pink dress is cute with the white belt.
It is cute. And you know what? I don't remember that on the show, so I'm not sure where that's from. She looks done up for the show.
It's very cute.
I'm just letting it roll at this point. So there's Miranda and Steve at the wedding looking impeccable.
That is like... I would have ran out. I would have hid that dress in a suitcase or something. At the end of that show, I would keep that shit. And I would sit by the window eating a whole thing of Jiffy Pop.
Stop at 6:55. Okay. There's a picture of Samantha in here in the second movie. They did the opening montage where they were all younger, like they did the 80s flashback. And then as the cars drove by, they became present day them. I loved that, by the way. And I loved how they had... where did Samantha say she worked? CBGB's or what's it called? Doesn't matter.
Studio 54?
No.
I don't remember what she said.
But then after that, we see Carrie, and then we'll move on to the episodes because this might be getting tiresome for you people. No, it's not. You love it. We see Carrie with her shopping bag. This is the last scene of the last series where she's on the phone with Big once she gets back from Paris, where she has the fur coat on. I know you hate fur.
No fur.
But isn't this a cute outfit?
There's a lot going on in this outfit.
Well, tell me your thoughts. You don't have to love it.
Well, it kind of looks like she just started putting a bunch of stuff on. Okay, this is really terrible, and I probably shouldn't say this, but it made me think of this homeless person that, like, I saw the other day. It was like just a pile of stuff on the ground, and I'm like, this made me think of that. I know that's awful. It just looks like
it's not awful. It is. It's hodgepodge. It's definitely somebody.
Hodgepodge. Okay, I'll take back my homeless person comment and say hodgepodge.
I'm not cutting it out. You didn't mean that. You didn't mean anything by that. You just meant it's a random selection of pieces. It's a lot. But look, this is her last. This is her last hurrah in the series. So this is. She's got red shoes.
I was gonna wear all these pieces separately, but since we're running short in time, I'm just gonna put it all on.
And I don't know how Patricia Field talks, but I just imagine her with a smoky voice being like, "Put it all on."
Selma from The Simpsons.
Put it all on, baby. You know what, Carrie? Do it, bitch. We're almost done.
Right.
Okay, let's move on to, go to your Google Drive. Let's move on to, we're going to do the first 3 episodes of And Just Like That, where the real horror show begins.
Yes.
You ready,
I'm
baby?
ready.
You ready?
I am ready. I'm galvanized.
So sorry for the galvanized, sorry for the behind the scenes, but Jay, you can just click on the first image and then you can use your arrows on your keyboard to go right. You know what I mean?
I'm there.
Order. Okay. You're on top of this, boo.
I got it, girl.
I've used a computer before. Now, why is my shit
once or twice?
Okay, so this is the first opening scene where we see Carrie, Charlotte, and Miranda waiting for lunch, and they're like, "God, isn't it great? COVID's over."
That goddamn hat.
That hat is ugly.
That stupid Robin Hood hat that needs to be shot off with an arrow, like on Robin Hood. Like, just terrible.
Look at her perfect.
Why has it got to be beige?
Why is anything beige? Yeah. And
then...
Isn't it
in this series, we have, what's her name's boyfriend wore that blue hat her husband, that's so cute, right. Blue hat. It's very similar to this, actually.
It actually is. She mopped his style. But I love how perfect her hair is. Like you can tell a hairdresser just walked out of the frame.
Yeah, that's like a mane. That is a mane, is what that is. It's not even hair. It's a mane. It's gorgeous. Watch it take off the hat, and all of it's like glued around the hat.
Yeah. Now, if you compare, it's like one of those trucker hats you get at the truck stop or something that's got like a hillbilly like a tail on it or something.
Yeah, that's right. It's like that. She takes it off, and the hair is just all glued on the inside, and she's really bald.
Now, I want to hear what you think of the other girls, but compare this to the opening scene from the movies and how fabulous they look in those power suits, and they all are gorgeous. Do you think this is a great first impression?
No, it's not. And I know we talk about this all the time. It's been a running thing, and I'm going to say it as Miranda's hair is ruining this whole entire scene. Like,
it's not even silky.
It is not. It needs to. She should have done the red still. Okay, maybe not the neon red, the really bright red that she had before. Not red, but kind of like auburn or not auburn.
An age-appropriate red, like a faded, like some. I don't know. I'm not an expert, but
maybe they tried it because her skin is so pale, her hair is so pale, her dress is so kind of old lady-ish. It just takes me out.
Somebody left in our comments, a natural redhead, that red hair does not. I know it does go gray or fades, but it never really goes away. If you're a natural redhead and or a hairstylist, please give us your advice of what you think would improve Miranda's hair here, because I don't think they consulted the right people for this. And I believe that kind of looks like her real hair. Don't worry, we'll put plenty of pictures of the bad wig on. Don't worry. Don't you worry. Carrie is wearing, again, I remember hearing about this, the double purses. I'm not mad at the double purses. I'm mad at the ugly jacket that has no color in it.
That's the big problem here is why did they paint Carrie in beige? Like that jacket, I kind of like the jacket actually, but maybe with something else, not with beige.
Another color
like
underneath. Pink.
Or
blue.
Gold.
Yeah, ditch the hat.
Burn the hat. Burn it in a fire.
You know what? Go out on a limb and give her a colored lipstick. I mean, good God. Let me go to my next photo here. Now, this is where I think we meet. Why my shit loading all slow as fuck? Okay, this is where we get a better picture of Charlotte standing up there. Her outfits are she really does have a boring wardrobe because she's always supposed to be the proper Upper East Side lady.
What is that belt? Like, what is that freaking belt? Like, they just wanted a line of color there to give her a waist. They wanted to give her a waist, and that belt is stupid.
It almost looks like she's wearing like this dress too low. It's like she's got a belly binder on or something. Like I don't know.
I like a snatched waist, but this isn't one. Like, I don't understand that line just to break it up to give her. I mean, look at that. That belt is pulling in just a little bit in this picture, trying to give her a waist. She has a great figure, so that's not a read.
Yeah, it should be lower. She has a weird bulge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're not body shaming anybody here, though.
No, she looks great. Just the dress isn't doing her any favors.
Speaking of looking great, here comes Lisa Todd Wexley.
Lisa, yes. What do you think of that necklace? That is the definition of a chunky necklace.
You know, I have PTSD from statement necklaces from Countess Luann on Real Housewives of New York. She always wears these hideous big necklaces. Now, this one I don't mind so much. I think her outfit's a little boring. I wish there were some more fun poppy colors. I realize this is our first introduction to her. I think her fashion could have made a better statement. Because didn't they say she was Vogue's best dressed or something too?
Well, I wonder if they were just trying to not let her stand, upstage everyone else. And, the whole statement necklace thing, we all have those people that we work with that always wear a statement necklace with every single thing that they wear till you just start noticing it. Like, it starts becoming a thing like, there's another statement necklace. Oh, look, she has another statement necklace. Is that an Etsy? You have those people.
A lot of people with, like, ugly faces try to wear statement necklaces or, like, brooches, too. It's like, why are you drawing attention up there? Like, wear a sassy shoe or something.
Or maybe people without, clavage might wear statement necklaces. Yeah.
The next look is Carrie and Miranda walking in the street.
Now, are we looking at the one by the fountain?
Mm-hmm. This is just so we get a better look at, because they were sitting down before. Now we see the full horror.
Yes, the belt on Miranda's does make it look a little bit better because it does give her a shape. But her hair is just so awful.
And Carrie does look like E.T.
She looks like freaking E.T. She does. I thought Drew Barrymore was going to show up.
It'd be funny if they were walking and a shopping basket just went rolling and out of control shopping. You ever been in the store parking lot and a rogue shopping basket goes rolling by? You're like, wow.
Or somebody in a bike with a little rides by. That's what they should have done. A bike with a little basket rides by and Carrie's finger starts glowing red.
Or a tractor trailer mows them both down in the street.
And yes, and someone runs up screaming, "I have a toddler!" Yeah, I know.
He leans out the window. I told you, I have a toddler.
And squeals off. Yeah.
Okay, so we have a couple pointless photos of that. I'm skipping ahead a little bit here.
There's the dress for Rose. Or no, this one's for Lily.
Lily or Rose? Who cares? Any thoughts on that, Rose? We kind of talked about this previously. It's a perfectly fine dress for a little recital for a 26-year-old girl playing a 16-year-old girl.
It's age appropriate for who she's supposed to be, but not who she really is. That's just so crazy that she's a chain-smoking 40-year-old, raspy voice playing a 13-year-old girl.
I heard that Woody Allen was stalking the set because he heard she was on there, but then when he found out her age, he was like, "Oh, I'm not interested."
Oh my god! That was
pretty bad. Rose's dress, it looks exactly the same, so who cares? Oscar De La Renta, somebody did the prices. It's like $8,000 for both those dresses, by the way. So get on Shop Bop or Bebop or whatever those apps are. X Stock. What are those? You ever buy anything off one of those?
I forget. No, I haven't, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay.
Some of this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, are you on the? Yeah, I'm with you.
Carrie in her house, taking off that ugly coat.
I kind of like this without the coat, honestly, but I like a monochromatic. So get rid of the coat. The purse matches the dress. I like, and her hair kind of the same color. I do like a monochromatic if it's a pretty color.
I think without the hat and the coat, it's way better. Edit your shit down. Do you like the double purses? I don't remember if you said that or not.
That's fine. I wonder what I mean. The purse on the top looks like it's a complete accessory,
just
and
a
then the other one, has her shit in it. So I'm kind of okay with it.
I think I could do a double purse. I'm a man bag carrier. Or maybe a fanny pack and a backpack and a purse.
A fanny pack and a front pack and a man bag and all that shit.
How do you feel about Miranda on her first day of school?
She looks very uncomfortable in this picture.
Well, she knows she's about to ruin her career.
Well, I don't understand, these walls are cream beige, whatever they are. Her dress, her skirt is beige, her bags are beige. Didn't they look at this? I mean, I know the top is a pop of color, but they needed another color. They needed I think they needed a print for this skirt.
Yeah, well, she's clearly been out of school. I think that she, in the original series, said she was Harvard class of 90, because I remember she hit her mug when she was dating somebody younger or something. Weird detail that I remember. And then we see them on the subway tracks now. Professor Nye, everybody in the class is in street style. Miranda comes in looking like, the den mother. Because Naya's got on some really cool floral printed Adidas pants, a backpack with some fun buttons. She looks like she works at TGI Fridays. She's totally styling. It doesn't matter when you're an adult in school. It does not matter.
I wonder if it's trying to do this whole juxtaposition of professor and student, where one's dressed more like a student. The professor's dressed like a student, and the student's dressed like the professor.
Oh, I'm sure.
And then and the whole Miranda thought was shocked she was the professor. It totally made that more of a juxtaposition, I suppose. But I don't know.
Yeah, they wanted to draw attention to the fact that she was out of place.
I fucking hate this Miranda look. I hate it.
Burn it.
Everything about it. Burn it in a fire.
Light a match.
It's a no from me.
Flick a lighter and then put it right under that dress.
I would put my lighter in the air for that, and then I'd put it right on the bottom of that dress.
Yes.
Now, lastly, is my favorite, personally, outfit of the whole episode is Carrie's Heart of the Ocean outfit.
Heart of the Ocean! I was going to say that.
At the podcast, mostly because of the glittery gloves, because I'm a sucker for glitter. What do you think of this one?
I don't know. It just is a lot of different shit thrown together. Like you have that, like the jacket's turquoise. The top is like a periwinkle blue. The necklace is green. She has 2 silver sparkly gloves. Michael Jackson is the only one who could pull that off. The purse is like either, I think it's a gold purse. I think she's had that purse before, I feel like. It's just too much. Jesus. Too much.
Yeah, I hate the purse. Take some shit off. Take that necklace is too much. I do love the glittery gloves, can't lie. Jimbo wears those too. Jimbo reference, bingo.
This reminded me of, rewatching Sex and the City, where Alexander bought her that pink dress that was in the magazine.
Mm-hmm.
And she wore this necklace that I don't understand. It looked like it came from Claire's. I mean, the dress looked great, but the necklace looked like maybe a claw machine got that necklace out.
I loved Alexander. I don't care that he hit her one time. That's foreplay.
No, don't say that. Violence is not okay. It's not.
He's angry, he's Russian, and he wanted to smack her around a little bit before getting it in.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
We do not support violence.
We do not. Consent is important. Let's go to episode 2, where we meet Miranda's wig, the star of the show.
Oh, yes.
And it is lifting off her head. I mean, it's the famous Omarosa famously was one of Wendy Williams' first interviews on her 6-week sneak peek of her talk show, Rest in Peace talk show, Wendy show. And Omarosa famously shaded Wendy's wig and was like, well, I wouldn't be wearing a wig that's 2 inches lifted up off my head. That's what this reminds me of.
I would suggest for you some Restylane, the line stay. And I would suggest a wig that doesn't sit off my head 3 inches. That would be my suggestion.
I think this wig looks like it's, I don't know, running from the law or something. Like it's about to like escape the country and like hiding in like a crate on a ship. Like this wig is doing everything it can to escape. I kind of feel bad for the wig.
The human trafficking wig.
It is. It's like it's an outlaw. This wig is an outlaw. Like it's gonna disappear and be like smoking a cigar in Mexico. I think I've said that before. Like doing tequila shots. Like it's out.
Well, shit, I might join it.
It's trying to break free.
Next, we see Carrie. She's very bereft. There, I used it. How do you think that she looks miserable and crying? We can't see the outfit, so just comment on her crying.
I love it. She is a very ugly crier. She looks like her face is melting. Like she's not a good crier.
There's no real fashion moments here. It's just crying and misery and stringy hair. Actually,
so there's something
okay.
We never talked about, I don't think. What happened to her, we'll say, beauty mark on her chin?
Oh, she had it removed. I saw an interview on... why do I have all this worthless information in my head? I saw an interview, I think Jimmy Kimmel, and she said she had it removed and people were upset about it. But yeah, she had it removed.
Okay, I thought maybe it got shot off in a war or something, but okay, that's fine too. That is an exciting story. I'd have lied.
Sorry. She's wearing a robe. Okay, I don't know why I took photos of these. These are not interesting.
Okay, now we're at the funeral home. Yeah. I'm ready to talk about it.
Okay, let's go to the funeral home. Tell me which one you're on.
I am...
the one where her and Charlotte are at the doorway?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I will just say, I love that coat that Carrie is wearing. And I said this before, we talked about this. That dress... I thought was pleated from a distance, but really it's striped. It looks like these sheets I have. I hate the dress. But you could, if that dress were like pleated, like imagine this. Close your eyes and go with me.
I thought it was pleated. No, I like everything. I like the coat. I like how long the arms are.
If you took that dress, say it were like a pleated moment, like the top, like not pleats all over the dress, just like in the top, like front of the top, and then maybe the whole skirt pleated, but then the back is not pleated. You get my image here?
Mm-hmm.
And that coat... Yes, and it looks great. I love that they put them both in pink, and I love the dress that Charlotte's wearing. These are okay to me. Yeah. Like, these look like they really had some thought put into them, except I wish the dress were pleated and not striped. But other than that...
Yeah, I agree. I think these are both nice. Nice. They had her hair, like, in a reddy ponytail to be like, oh, I don't really care, but, girl, we know you care.
Yeah, I kind of like it still. I think it's kind of cute and kind of classy and...
Would have been
I like
better
pink.
covered in blood, Jackie O, but you know.
Right, it would have been so much better if it were covered in blood, feces. I mean, anything. No, I'm kidding.
I know it's
shouldn't
important,
even
the
say-
worst possible taste, but they should sell that Chanel suit with blood splatter on it, like fake blood splatter. I mean, that would sell out. There's been much more controversial moments in fashion.
Oh, sure.
I'm on the picture where she's wearing the dress that you like, but she's showing her ugly purse or bag. It looks like a bag from a shitty New York gift shop. I'd like
Oh,
you
what's
to
that dumb shit?
comment on that bag, please.
I hate it. Burn it in a fire. I don't understand. I'm not super into logoed things unless it's more like art. Like if you had a bag that had Andy Warhol shit all over it, or Keith Haring, or some artist, you might have looked like you got at a museum gift shop or something like that. Like I'm okay with, like, she should have had a bag with a picture of herself, like freaking Casting Night from Cat and Kim. Like, something like that.
A big photo of her
Great.
crying on it. I'm in mourning, can you tell? Look at my purse.
Or a Peloton bag.
A Peloton bag. I'm not a big fan of a lot of... No, I was a Von Dutch boy, and to this day I still love Moschino, but I'm not a big logo whore. First of all, I can't afford all that shit, so...
I don't like that. Does that have a Volkswagen logo? No, that's not. Maybe that's not what that is. Never mind.
No. We see Miranda going into school. This is where she's her white savior moment, wearing a purple dress. Thank God somebody threw some color on her.
I love it.
It's
I mean,
nice.
for her. Yeah.
At least she had and then they have Professor Naya in all neutrals, earth tones, very earth mother. With
I like these patterns together. Like, I do. I think she looks great. I love her hair like that.
She's supposed to be a little crunchy, Brooklyn too. So she's got like the recycled bag and all that shit.
She looks busy. Like she's busy. Like a busy person. Like I'm a busy person. I love fashion though. I gotta fucking get to work. Let's go.
And Miranda's like, "Excuse me, I'm white." I made that joke before, but I just thought I'd add it again.
You had to. You can't help yourself.
Excuse me, I'm white.
Excuse me, I'm not a pirate. Oh, that's something else.
Now everybody's preparing for the funeral over at Charlotte's house. She's wearing a dress that does not fit her.
That does not fit. Who did that top? She is like about to burst out of that. I mean, good for her, but at the same time,
her udders are about to explode up out of there. She looks like she's about to breastfeed the twins.
You said udders.
I mean, they're fucking massive.
Well, that's great. I'm happy for her. And she has a waist. It's just that top is too tight. That's all. It's not a terrible dress, per se. I mean, it's a little...
a size up would have been great.
Yes.
Maybe. Okay, this is where we get the fun, controversial LTW dress. The burlap sack. You go.
Well... Those look like they're earrings, like giant earrings from like a Halloween costume or something stuck on those. I don't understand the beige backgrounds with the beige dress. Come on. It doesn't make sense to put the dress the same color as the background.
Charlotte, why didn't you repaint your apartment? You knew I was coming over wearing this.
That is so rude that she didn't do that. I would be pissed.
I would be too. I'd be like, excuse me, let me know when the painters leave and I'll be back wearing this.
What do you think of the sleeve length? The fuck?
I think I said it before when we reviewed this episode. I love this dress. It's fucking weird and ugly, but ugly in a way that I enjoy. I think she could have had like you said, a little gold purse, a little something, because she's sitting there with her hands like, I don't know what to do. You know when an actor's awkward and they ain't got nothing to do with their hands.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I hate this. You know what this looks like? It looks like a mock-up for a dress, like a Project Runway where they always make it on the mannequin.
Mm-hmm.
They're piecing it together with muslin. That's what this looks like, a muslin. Like who chose the places to pinch the dress, like to do that? Who chose that? Like here and here, this looks amazing. Like someone just fucking guessed. Like, they don't know what they're
Well, I guess
doing.
when you have a banging body, you can just you can wear a fucking burlap sack, and you're like, guess what? I look fierce. Okay, so not the best. A lot of jewelry too. Okay, but the beauty, the face, undeniable.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
Always worth mentioning.
I like the big gold earrings. Oh my god, did you really have to put this picture of Charlotte crying?
Did I? How'd that get in there?
Just to frighten me. I peed a little looking at this.
Wait. Oh, oopsie. That may have made it in there by mistake.
Just to torture me.
What's she wearing in it?
It's that same scene. With the black
Oh, it
dress.
is. Oh, yeah. Oops. Sorry. Okay. And then the last ones for this are... Oh, I think this one might be in here. Oh, no. Funeral fashion time. Let's go.
Right.
Carrie,
Okay.
Anthony, and Stanford are walking into the ultra-modern lesbian-owned funeral home. The guys are wearing suits. It's boring. What do we think of Carrie's dress? And hat.
Jesus Christ. I mean, that hat needs to be burning in a fire. I fucking hate these hats. They're so ridiculous. They're almost like inappropriate to wear to a funeral. You can't go to a funeral, especially your husband's who you murdered by buying a Peloton. No, I'm just kidding. But wearing a stupid looking hat so everybody the whole funeral talks about your hat. How rude is that? You're supposed to talk about the dead body, not somebody's dumbass hat.
Yeah, you're supposed to. If it's open casket, you're supposed to critique how they did up the makeup. We got a lot of comments about. Thank you, morticians, and our comments on YouTube. We got a lot of comments.
We learned how to seal in the juices of a corpse.
Like they put a cork in their asshole. They glue their eyes shut and they put paper. I mean, it was fucking horrifying. But I appreciate the information.
Rubber plugs that they put on old bathtubs from like back in the day. They used those on their anus. No, like
careful what you ask these people to comment on because they are coming. We mentioned the plastic on the furniture. I think we had 100 or 200 comments about people saying, yes, there was plastic on my furniture. I'm like, okay,
my God.
Glad you got the point of the episode.
I love it.
I do think the hat is like, in case there's any question about who the widow is. Here I am. She may as well have had the Miley Cyrus foam finger that you were talking about a long time ago.
Yeah,
Remember
do you
that?
think the edges of that hat are like really sharp in case she's like attacked by ninjas and she can like throw it off and like,
like decapitate someone?
Yes.
Those pearls look cheap. Could have been nicer.
Yes, they do.
Not a jewelry expert, just saying.
Looks totally grandma. Next.
Let's comment on this shot of the three of them looking miserable in the elevator just because it's fun, not because of the clothes necessarily.
This is that purse. Like, what do you think of that purse?
That's a fucking ugly. It's like, I don't know what. Looks like it's made out of pebbles or something, but
it's like a Fabergé egg purse. Or something.
Yeah, which Big bought her in the series like a bunny or a somebody's going to correct me. A purse, like a Swarovski, and it was a swan or something. A little purse that was kind of similar shape to this, and she hated it. She was like, he doesn't know me at all. And now you're buying ugly crap macrame purse like this. Fucking ugly.
It's so gross.
Charlotte's on the subway looking plain. Let's go straight to, I want to comment on Stanford's outfit because he deserves a moment.
Yeah, since he, the actor went ahead and died, we should comment on it.
The things people do to get away from this series.
Oh my God.
That's
how he died. He was like, I have got to get away from SJP.
Yesterday was his birthday too. I saw on Instagram. Yeah. Aww. Stanford looks really cute in like this lime green with I'd love that shirt. I'd wear that. Not all buttoned up like that, but I'd wear it. The purple splash on it.
Seen yet? Hold on.
He's drinking a martini with Miranda.
Oh yeah, so retro.
Again, he's not gay in real life or wasn't gay in real life. Fun fact.
Cute. I like it too. I wouldn't wear it, but I like it for him.
Episode 3. Oh look, only one photo showed up. Okay. Well. Wait a minute.
Oh, I have them.
You do?
Hmm?
Why did my episode 3 photos not show up? Stand by, please, folks. Oh, there they are. There. Okay. Quickly, there are a lot here. Okay. Would you like to begin?
Yeah, so the first one is Carrie in this green polka dot thing with this, what is that? Is it a bag? That's a bag, right? Why is she wearing that bag, like, covering her breasticles? Like, I don't understand this.
I don't know. Is that a Louis Vuitton? Is that their print? She's wearing... Oh, my God. You know what this is? It's polka dot. I know you don't like a tiny polka dot because Michelle Visage wore it on Drag Race and you had to call your therapist.
Polka dots are so, like, I like polka dots if people do something innovative with them. But if it's just, like, a polka dotty poofy sleeve dress over, like, a pink bodysuit with, like, glittery flowers on it, I don't get it. I don't understand that.
I like a big polka dot.
Green is ugly.
Yeah, I like a big polka dot. Her and Miranda walking in the street, looking like pilgrims.
Yeah, kind of. Like Ellie Mae fashion. Ellie Mae realness.
Nothing really.
Miranda's hair matching her dress again.
Anti-fashion. Let's see.
Her glasses, her hair. Her dress is the same color as the papers on the table. Whose hat is that? Who was wearing that hat? That red hat on the table. Her purple plum-colored hat. Oh, Carrie. Oh, God. Carrie had that strapped to her back. I just realized that.
Oh. Very crafty. Okay, then we have the awkward scene at lunch where Charlotte, Miranda, Carrie, and Stanford is there getting smashed in the back. And we just kind of get to look at a very similar palette for all of them here.
Stanford looks cute. Like, I like his outfit, actually. I mean, I know it's a suit, but I like the color combo. But, pink is always good. Pink goes with everything. I love pink.
Pink goes with my pussy. Yeah, he's not... They used to really gay him up, like real... but he's still kind of like a dandy, him and Anthony with their, the wedding and in the second movie was insane. You watched that second movie?
Long time ago. I've not seen it in a while. Yeah.
I might want to revisit the movies. I'm almost in the mood. Just going through this makes me want to revisit the movies. Let's skip ahead to Carrie at home. This is just boring. This is just her like in a nightie or something with a cardigan or something.
It's like a death dress is what I saw it, and I thought of a death dress. Like, I don't know why that came to mind, but it did.
I'm sorry some of these aren't more exciting, but look, this is what we have to work with. Okay, here's something. Charlotte in the bread shop when she goes to tell Anthony that Rose is considering or thinking or wondering about being non-binary, questioning her gender identity, and she's wearing a full frock, like at the bread place, like a black. She's in mourning. What'd you think about it? I like her off the shoulders.
I think Rock looks the best in this picture. Rock looks the best, like that vest and that.
She looks like she's going fishing.
She looks cute, but she's like a little kid. She's a kid. For a kid, she looks cute, like put together, like she made choices. Charlotte, I don't know.
She ain't even got an apron on. She's like, I am not cooking anything.
No, it's like sort of like your aunt might wear this to a wedding or something. Well, someone's aunt, okay, would wear this to like a party. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know why she's wearing it there.
I think it's a nice... Yeah, it is a strange choice for the bread shop, but whatever. We get a quick scene of Carrie at home just wearing a filthy sweatshirt. I don't think that's really worth talking about unless you have something to say about it.
Nope. I don't know what that is. I don't even know. What is that on the front? Is that like a...
cum stain?
A Tim Burton character? And like Dia de los Muertos or something? I don't know what that is.
Yes. Let's skip ahead to Natasha. The girls are in the car. Unless you have something to say about the girls in the car. We can't really see their clothes.
No. Natasha, gorge.
Natasha, the supermodel. I'm pretty sure she was a model. Bridget Moynihan. Except for the shoes that we don't like, the gladiator shoes. So
nah, she needs a heel, but this is how you do beige. If you're going to do beige, do something interesting with an interesting cut. Those shoes are offensive.
Offensive.
No.
Now, let's go to probably, I think this is the most popular. I saw this the most in magazines. Carrie's pink, roughly, it cut at a terrible length dress with, again, the Roger belt, the studded belt. When she's going to Natasha's office.
That belt looks like it came from Hot Topic. I'm sorry.
It does. I have one just like it.
Yep.
And a blue purse that doesn't match. That dress is so just not flattering.
No, I mean, the thing to me is it just looks like a dress. Like there's nothing extraordinary about this, nothing that sticks out. I do like the color, but it's pink, and I do like pink. And I actually don't mind the turquoise purse because I like turquoise. I don't mind the colors. The belt got to go, and the style. I don't know.
And she's wearing those shitty, cheap pearls from Party City again, which I don't understand. A substantial
claw
pearl.
machine.
You know who I think wore pearls is Bitsy Von Muffling at the funeral, was wearing gigantic pearls.
Drag this shit up. They're right
Drag it
there.
up.
Bigger pearls, bigger purse, bigger belt.
I mean,
save this shit. Somebody should have stepped in.
These are drag queens, or they used to be. Okay, the last dress that I want to talk about is the one the internet went wild over when they were filming. And it's kind of the ugly sundress with a dress shirt underneath it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
The internet went crazy. They're like, this is when they were like, this show. I mean, this happened months before the show came out. They were like, the show's going to suck because why is Carrie wearing this? And somebody was like, it's from Forever 21. I don't know if that's true or not. They said they found, in the documentary, I believe they said they found it in a thrift shop. And I'm like, was that thrift shop called Forever 21 Outlet?
I mean, to me, this looks like someone who would be selling jewelry at like a street fair would wear this. Or someone who had like a shop and sold semi-precious stones or something. Like
yeah, like a new age.
You know? Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Doing
like
palm
somebody who lives in
readings.
a trailer in like the middle of nowhere.
Henna
near a
tattoos.
University. Like, I know these people when I was in college. Yes, like, you'd go to their house. People would go to their house and get high. Like,
That was my house. And again, with the shitty pearls, those are I don't know why I'm hung up on those pearls because they don't look real and they're not big enough. It's just so dowdy, and even Miranda looks better in this scene. I think she's transitioned to the wig.
Candy necklace or something. So what is she drinking there? I can't even read what this is. Snapple?
Just straight up vodka.
Who's gonna pee in that later?
Just straight up vodka. So I think that's okay. The last part's the comedy concert. Oh, I guess we can comment on the last couple outfits here, and then we'll say farewell to the next three. But what'd you think of what the girls were wearing at the comedy concert? Che Diaz. We've left Che Diaz out of the fashion review because just flip open a Bass Pro Shop catalog and you'll see that review.
Yeah, there's nothing to say about that. That what she bought is some like real hot topic shit. But no, this Charlotte looks like a clown. Like that is a clown outfit. Those ruffles, clown.
Are you looking at where Carrie's hailing a cab?
Oh, no, I was looking at where they were standing.
It's fine.
There you go.
It's right there. This one you can see.
Still.
Charlotte's.
Those ruffles make me think of clown.
It's really ugly. Miranda looks really chic, actually, in that jumpsuit.
Oh, gorgeous. I love it. I love that.
Very pretty. Carrie, again, has too many layers on, and she's wearing that purse. I remember them saying, useless trivia, this is the purse that she was held up at gunpoint, and they stole the purse and her Manolo Blahnik shoes in one of the episodes. So this is the purse, the Fendi purse, I think. And she somehow got it back, or she reclaimed it.
You know, Charlotte's, though, I have to say, with the one shoulder down, looks much better. Like the two shoulder down gives me some Naomi from Mama's Family, like going to a funeral. But
it totally does.
Yeah, the ones that okay, I'll take back my clown comment because I'm kind of liking this top more. Maybe if she didn't have black pants on, what if she had a skirt, or what if she had like, I don't know, a color or something? Maybe that would make that look better.
It's it's just a little too tenty at the top for me.
A little shapeless.
But she's got a ponytail in because she's real fun. You know, she's downtown here. This is not her area. But I have to say Miranda does look the best there.
She does look good.
And then, as we know, Miranda sneaks back inside to shotgun some pot from the sexy, irresistible Che Diaz's mouth. But if you want to hear that juicy story, you'll have to listen to our recap of the show. And so that wraps up the first 3 episodes. We will be doing another one. We'll try and get it all out of the way. Thank you for listening. Now, look, I just want to make an announcement here. People are saying, well, how can we listen to all 10 of plus the documentary episodes, go to our soundcloud.com/dragdungeon. The link will be in the bio. We have and just like that playlist that has all the episodes in order of just the audio, so you can listen to it for free. Also, for exclusive content that is not available anywhere else, please join our patreon.com/dragdungeon. It's $3 a month for a minimum of 4 bonus episodes, 1 a week, plus other things that private photos and videos and leaked tapes. And we talk about other TV shows. They're like Pam and Tommy and some other fun stuff that's coming up. And follow us on all social media at Drag Dungeon.
Yes, and the Patreon's only $3. It's cheap. We're cheap. Come join the fun.
And we just got a new patron. Thank you, Lulu Lee.
Yes.
We'd love for you to come join the party. We have a lot of fun there. So thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Broadcast, favorite